So nobody talks about this because it's quite upstream, but bile is one of the primary signals for your motility to get activated in your colon. And your liver produces bile to emulsify the fats from your diet, but also to stimulate peristalsis, which is the motility. So if your bile is thick, sluggish, or insufficient, that doesn't create peristalsis. So it doesn't move your colon, so it creates constipation. So signs you have some issues with your bile flow can be if you feel very heavy and bloated after fatty meals, you have a hard time digesting fattier meals. If your stools really stick to the bowl of the toilet, so if you need, to clean a lot after you have a bowel movement, it doesn't flush through easily, and if you need to wipe a lot after a bowel movement, these are all signs that you have too much fat in your stool. Or if you feel nauseous after you eat fatty foods, if you've had your gallbladder removed, or for example, if your vitamin D keeps being low on your blood panels, even though you're supplementing with it, so you can't get your vitamin D to go up. Or if you have some hormonal imbalances. So if you know that you're estrogen dominant, that often can stem from having a bile issue. So there are several ways you can support your bile production. Eat bitter foods daily. Our Western diet is generally really devoid of bitter tasting foods because we preferenced sweeter, more palatable food. So that's arugula, dandelion greens, artichoke, anything that just tastes bitter. You can also just use some digestive bitter sprays before your meals. That's often easier for people than constantly having to include bitter foods. Eat an adequate amount of healthy fats at every meal. Your gallbladder needs fat in the diet to get stimulated to contract and excrete bile. So low-fat diets often worsen bile production over time. Olive oil, avocado, nuts, grass-fed butter. You can also supplement with tadka or ox bile, about 125 to 250 milligrams depending on your needs. If you've had your gallbladder removed, you have to supplement with ox bile for life. This is also a great tool to rebuild your bile production if you've been on a low-fat diet for many years.